Welcome to Game 2 of the series. Cruzz annihilating Siddolio pretty easily once the second tank hit the field there in Game 1. 400-some victory point victory. Siddolio couldn't hold the line. Couple of early wipes. Nicely placed S minefields in particular definitely contributed a lot to Cruzz's victory. So well played by Cruzz. Emerged with superior map control. Got that Oster tier 3 rush going, and Siddolio just could not defend against it. So we're going to see what happens here in Game 2? Cruzz now playing as Soviets in the south against Siddolio's Oberkommando west. We've got Lend-Lease Guard Motor and Guard Rifle combined arms against Breakthrough, Fortifications, and Scavenge. Volksgrenadier opening heading left. Stern Pioneers ghosting some wire here to prevent the usage of this road. Kuba-Wagon on the field as well. Kuba-Wagon should serve Siddolio pretty well on this map. There's a lot of red cover and a lot of open areas. So we'll see what happens. He is going to have to deal with conscripts in this house, somehow. They might walk right into this Kuba-Wagon. That would definitely help. Suppressed in one burst. If he can keep them suppressed or get those Stern Pios into the house, I think that's the engagement one for Siddolio. He will secure building control right here, and there will be nothing Cruzz can do about it. There's the retreat after taking serious damage. That squad's going to have to try and reposition to safety as well. They will not be successful in building in this sandbag fighting position. Kuba-Wagon will force them to continue backpedaling away from these Stern Pios. 3 conscript, 2 combat engineer opening, by the way, which makes it look like Cruzz is going to go tier 1. The tier 1 build, he will have an M3 out pretty soon. There it is. Once the M3 completes, that Kuba-Wagon will be countered. So Siddolio is going to have to throw down a mine somewhere to try and catch Cruzz off guard, or get an extremely early Raketenwerfer. Needs some sort of counter to the M3 before it hits the field, and it's going to be hitting the field very soon. Here in the north, Volksgrenadiers taking control of the fuel point. Stern Pioneers succeed in this aggressive early push, forcing 2 retreats from conscripts, or taking control of this strategic point and then maybe backing up a little bit. Siddolio does have the munitions for 1 mine if that's the route he wants to go to counter the M3. Tier 1 structure is complete, and Cruzz just needs to collect a little bit more manpower to throw out that vehicle. Stern Pioneers capture this point and will back up to support this Kuba, which is moving back as well. The SWS half-track here has not set up yet, so Siddolio may want to get that next after a Kuba-Wagon 3 Volksgrenadier opening. He's probably going to go tier 3 for a flak half-track based on his build decisions so far, but we'll see what he chooses to do. There's the mine.
Target secure.
Cruzz does not have vision of that mine. Stern Pioneers are exposed. Kuba-Wagon's going to sit on top of that mine, trying to set up a bait, trying to be as annoying as possible with that Kuba-Wagon. M3 is on the field now. Volksgrenadiers heading right to engage against these combat engineers. Conscripts jumping into green cover here, maybe try and build a little more cover. Kuba-Wagon will catch them, and they do get suppressed. Stern Pioneers are going to take advantage of that. Close into short range. That conscript squad has no choice but to retreat. Where's the M3? There it is, making its way forward. Flamethrower upgrading on these combat engineers, and the M3 is going to pick them up. Whether or not that scout car hits that mine is going to be a huge factor in the coming mid-game. Conscripts take control of the left side victory point and munitions during this, and Siddolio is trying to keep his forces as close together as possible. Here it comes, the bait. Here it comes. M3 going in hard. Kuba-Wagon is going to circle around this way. Volksgrenadiers are going to retreat. Oh, that mine is just slightly off. Cruzz isn't going to hit that. He's going to gun down that Volksgrenadier squad on retreat, and they may or may not survive their retreat path. Looks like they're going to be okay. No lucky crits for Cruzz. Oh my god, I take that back! Fortunately, the placement of his tier 3 saves him. Wow.
Covering fire! Covering fire!
There is a mine right there. Oh! Oh my god, he's not gonna hit that. Siddolio is cursing his mine placement right there. If only he'd put it here, if only he'd put it maybe this passage. There's probably no way for him to lure that M3 over the mine without extremely obvious baiting with that Kuba wagon. M3 is going to pull back to safety. Folks Grenadiers over here on the right side engaging do have this fuel point under control, so that's something for Siddolio. Kuba wagon is chasing the M3 a little bit. Cruzz is going to re-engage against it. It has to try and pull back to safety. Left over here. Siddolio wants that M3 to hit that mine so bad. I feel like Cruzz might be a little suspicious of this. This is pretty obvious baiting by that Kuba wagon. Like, why else would a Kuba wagon be doing this? Just poking at that M3. Just trying to convince it to chase. Kuba wagon needs minor repairs from the stern pioneers at some point. Cruzz has chosen guard rifle combined arms tactics with the 4 conscript 2 combat engineer opening. And 4 Folks Grenadiers are on the field into a flak half-track, so Siddolio will have his own counter to Soviet Tier 1 now. M3 is receiving repairs here in the back, is ready to move to re-engage. Stern Pioneers still have not quite repaired that Kuba wagon. Sandbag fighting position is going to take a little while to destroy. There it goes.
Comrades, we have now installed a field hospital at headquarters.
Hard part will be keeping.
Supply sector under attack.
Anti-tank mine set to go.
Folks Grenadiers there are going to retreat.
White scout car ready for orders.
Guard rifle infantry squads are now available.
And the flak half-track on the field will get that M3 out of the north. Hopefully Siddolio will be able to get some territory under control up here as a result of that flak half-track. Flak half-track will of course be a little bit vulnerable to guards and anti-tank grenades. AT grenades currently in production for Cruzz now. Once those complete, he will probably be able to swarm that thing from multiple directions, be able to win an engagement if he's able to catch it pretty unsupported. If the Kuba wagon and flak half-track are available for the same engagement and manage to suppress 2+ conscript squads, pretty good chance that Siddolio will take the engagement, so it's going to come down to exactly how well Cruzz executes an attack against this thing and what front Siddolio decides to field it to. Over here on the right side, 2 conscripts are taking control of the munitions, more squads grabbing all territory on the flanks, but Siddolio has an okay territory situation. He does have a fuel point. He does have a victory point. Guards in the M3 right there are going to have to pull away from the flak half-track, which is going to unset up from this area. Doesn't quite like this engagement apparently. Folks Grenadiers here in the north are losing against conscripts trying to engage from a farther distance. Black half-track is setting up nicely for this push. And gets quite a healthy burst off on that M3 before both vehicles pull back for some repairs. Stern Pioneers also retreating to assist in repairs. Folks Grenadiers reinforcing and making their way back to the front line to continue in these engagements. Fusiliers will take building control right here from those conscripts. No Molotov research from Cruzz this game. And the Kuba wagon is still available to assist here as well. AT grenades are going to swarm that Kuba wagon. It is on a road. I don't think it's going to get to safety though. The flak half-track is available to maybe try and save the day, and Cruzz didn't. Oh, there it is. Will kill the Kuba wagon. The flak half-track couldn't hit anything because of this hill, unfortunately.
Squad numbers back at full. Grenadiers back to full strength.
Panzer Fusiliers assigned to the front. Enemy infantry. Build it or blow it.
We are ready to go, comrades.
Conscripts reinforcing here in the base and healing.
Crew, stand ready. Fall in with the Panzerschreck.
Folks Grenadiers taking control of the right side strategic point. And these squads are reinforcing and healing in the Axis base. We're going to see Cruzz going tier 3 and a T-70 is already in production. Siddolio, with 2 squads of Fusiliers out, has gone breakthrough tactics. Fusilier blobbing plus flak half-track, pretty standard stuff. Losing his Kuba wagon sucks, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not as big of a deal as losing his flak half-track would have been. It's going to be very important that he uses this as effectively as he can, though. So far, it's only got 1 kill and it hasn't really done anything, so that's not very good. He's going to have to try and use it in a more impactful manner if he can. But at least he's kept it alive, and that alone counts for something.
Standing by for setting of command post. Under fire! Can anyone get on that flank?
Get fire on that
Enemy
infantry!
fire! Enemy fire!
Watch out! Fire!
Panzer Fusiliers right here will damage the engine of that M3, and then it's going to retreat. Over here on the right side, T-70 is going to force a retreat from those Panzer Fusiliers. I think that T-70, oh no, Panzer Fusiliers hit a mine. Panzer Fusiliers hit a mine, took some casualties, but not the end of the world. Cruzz's T-70 forcing Siddolio's units to retreat on all fronts. And I don't know how this flak half-track is going to survive engine damage. Oh, that mine, though! They both now have engine damage. I don't know if it's going to matter, though. I think that's a dead flak half-track. There's no Raketenwerfer. No Raketenwerfer, and the only Panzerschreck is way over here, so the flak half-track will go down. Siddolio had no counter to that. His mine finally did something. It's so tragic. He didn't have a Raketenwerfer set up. Some sort of trap. Because Cruzz finally took the bait. That was a beautiful mine, but no Raketenwerfer, no Shreks to follow up, and the T-70 will get out clean. Flak half-track has been completely destroyed, and it looks like Siddolio is now going to start losing a lot of map control, and he's going to have to somehow survive Soviet Tier 3 on a map of this size without any vehicles. It's going to be very hard. There's the Raketenwerfer, a little late to the party.
Contact! Small arms fire! Up, go! Ready weapons.
Flamethrower incoming back! Target hit! Battle promotion! Objective secured! High cover!
Direct hit!
Just walking into that T-70 is not going to go well for him. Fusiliers get wiped easily. Panzerschreck squad gets away only narrowly. Raketenwerfer is a little late to the engagement again. Flamethrower squad got wiped right there, though, apparently. I missed that happening. I don't even know when that happened. Cruzz losing his flamethrower could potentially give Siddolio access to a really nice weapon right there if he could pick that up with some Fusiliers or something. Raketenwerfer, unfortunately, has not found an opportunity against that T-70, and it will get fully repaired again. This could be a wipe too, though. Oh, that late retreat on those conscripts, that is such a wipe, maybe. Yep, there they go.
Squad neutralized!
Somebody's got to recover that damn flamethrower. Folks Grenadiers are on their way now. Raketenwerfer is moving back up to the front line to try and push away that T-70. We'll get one shot off, but it misses, unfortunately. T-70 will pull back out of range and continue to bleed these Folks Grenadiers just outside that Raketenwerfer's arc of fire. Fusiliers moving up into close range on guards will force that squad to retreat, though. Oh, what is that Raketenwerfer doing? Point at the tank and shoot it! Oh, God. T-70 takes engine damage again, but the Raketenwerfer is cleared and everything is getting wrecked. Those Fusiliers will have to retreat. This amount of manpower bleed for Siddolio is very costly. Stern Pioneers are going to have to get out of there now. Run! There they go. Fusiliers here have taken building control. Panzerschreck Blob arrives to try and kill the T-70, but it's going to be an expensive endeavor. Ooh, just recruited a... that didn't work. That did not work. But the T-70 looks like it's going to disengage completely for repairs, which is, by the way, it's up to 20 kills! 20 kills against Volksgrenadier and Fusilier blobs is pretty good. And Siddolio is triple capped and has neither fuel point under his control currently. T-34 is in production for Cruzz, and once that hits the field, there may not be much of anything that Siddolio can do to survive. Unless he gets out a bunch more Reckenor. He needs another Reckenor in addition to recrewing this one, which he will recover that with his Fusiliers, but he's losing map control even right outside of his base. And he's still quite far away from Jagdpanzer, which it appears he's going for.
Volksgrenadiers back to full strength. Weapon team ready.
Clearly trying to survive on just infantry blobs isn't working. His flag half-track and Kubelwagen being dead has cost him so much map control. You just cannot lose those vehicles as Oberkommando West. If you lose your T-70 as Soviets, alright, fine. You can still work the map with guards and conscripts. You'd probably be kind of okay. If you lose your flag half-track as Oberkommando West, you just lose. It's so punishing. Yes, I got partnership. Thank you, Spider6, for noticing. Thank you. Only 2 emotes today. Hopefully tomorrow I can add 2 more. I had to hit 25 subs, which I already did in 1 day, to get 2 more emotes. So I'm gonna add 2 more. I have to think about what I want them to be. Probably something to do with coffee, and then I'm not sure what the 4th one will be. Maybe like an M20 or something.
Target secure! Into march! Protect the flank! Find cover! Battle promotion!
Molotovs! Look at that late game Molotov toss. Fortunately, Siddolio will notice and get clear. His infantry doing what they can against this small force of conscripts. Probably be able to push that away, but the T-70 and T-34 here are a serious concern. Here comes another anti-tank grenade from those Fusiliers, which does connect. T-70 brought dangerously low, but without a Rakettenwerfer for a long-range firepower damage source. Again, Cruzz will get out of this engagement with a sliver of health and 30 kills on his T-70. That thing is just shredding Siddolio's forces, and he never dedicates quite enough to killing it. It's just draining his manpower and his munitions every time he engages against it, and it costs Cruzz nothing to repair.
Ready to deploy.
Correct your rocket! Incoming fire! Cover the dead ground!
And there go those guards. Apparently Siddolio doesn't think he can make it to Jagdpanzer, so he's gone Puma instead. Pretty significant fuel difference. This will be, of course, much less powerful, but easier to keep alive, maybe. I mean, it's faster, but it's also less durable. I don't know. That's desperation kicking in.
Under attack!
Volksgrenadiers with a flamethrower trying to force those conscripts from the building. That stolen flamethrower, though, is definitely doing a lot of good work for Siddolio. He's definitely happy he has that. T-70 is about to get Shrek blobbed right here, and the Puma is going to begin this hunt. Second T-34 out for Cruzz, by the way, as well, who has had such good map control. 42 fuel coming in. You could probably go tier 4. You could probably transition tech if he wanted to. I don't know. I'm not sure why he would do that, but he could put pressure on Siddolio with a Katyusha or something. Ooh, that mine. Sternpios have no minesweeper right now, and there are mines everywhere. There's a mine right there. Volksgrenadiers are gonna be the only minesweeper that Siddolio has for now, and here comes a big push by Cruzz on the right side flank with these 2 vehicles, T-70 and T-34, flanking deep.
Ready for deployment.
Taking effective fire! Target secured!
PPSH is upgraded on some conscripts for this engagement against Volksgrenadiers as well. T-70 working this flank, gets hit by the Puma, dealing minor damage. T-34 going in on the Puma, changes its mind and pulls back to fire on these Fusiliers. Puma moves up to take another shot. Lands one on the rear armor. AT grenade just bounced on that T-34 and its engine will be fine.
Enemy flanking us!
Raketenwerfer is trying to turn to fire on this T-34, having pathing issues. T-34 falls quite low. Puma hasn't even taken damage yet. Wow, even the long-range shot just penetrated that T-34's frontal armor, but here comes a huge push by this T-34, which might go down. Puma pops smoke. What's gonna happen? Oh, Puma takes it! Puma kills the T-34. I feel like every single shot this thing has fired has penetrated, which is actually extremely lucky because Puma penetration is terrible at long. At short range it's okay. It has very fast fall off. It's 160 at close and 80 at far, which is really brutal fall off. So at close range it has a pretty good chance. I don't know the T-34's frontal armor off the top of my head, but pretty good engagements with that Puma so far. I don't know if that's going to be enough to turn this game around via some miracle though. I mean, there are no call-ins coming. The T-34-76 is the heaviest tank that Siddolio will be forced to deal with, and he still has a huge infantry corps. He just can't get map control back anywhere. That Puma still has a lot of work to do to turn this game around. T-70 moves to engage against those Sturm Pioneers. They fall low, but none killed. They are going to retreat. Puma moving to counter. The T-70 still doesn't have that much health. Oh, that shot! Sturm Pios get away very narrowly right there. Volksgrenadiers in the south getting engaged by conscripts. Could come down to Molotov or grenade toss. T-70 actually is going to scare the Volksgrenadiers off, and there they go. Vet 3 has 38 kills. My God, this thing is annihilating. Siddolio is so bad, he just has to kill it with something. Oh, the carnage. Squad just got wiped. Puma needs repairs too. And needs repairs somewhere in reinforcement range for those Sturm Pios, unless Siddolio is not even planning on reinforcing those. Fusilier squad working the left side. Volksgrenadiers take up a position in this building, will be forced out by a Molotov. These two squads taking control of the munitions are trying to put pressure on these conscripts in red cover to the best of their ability. Fusiliers also in red cover, but the conscripts will retreat first. Siddolio should be able to continue capturing that point. Triple Cap is about to resume over here on the right side as conscripts get the point captured. And these infantry jumping into the building are going to put additional pressure on Siddolio here around this house. Plus the T-70 continues to bleed Siddolio hard, and multiple squads will have to retreat. Puma is going to try and finish off that T-70 now. Panzerschreck shot does not connect. The T-70 is not in any real danger yet. Grenade into the building. Takes out 2 guards. Pretty good shot right there. But a triple cap is going against Siddolio now, who has only 100 points remaining and very little time to execute his comeback, whatever that's going to look like.
Squad back to full strength.
Contact! Small arms fire!
Area secure.
Enemy panzer engaging! Air strike! Enemy
75 points remaining. Tactical
Sturmovik just got called in. That might actually do pretty okay damage to a Puma, but it targets the Raketenwerfer, doing half of its health, and it's going to retreat. This Volksgrenadier squad left also has to retreat. Squad's making an attempt for the left side VP, will be able to do so, I think. T-70 is probably going to circle to counter them very soon, though. Salvaging an M3 over here, probably could have done that a while ago. And those Volksgrenadiers just died because a plane fell on their head. Okay. And Siddolio decides that that plane crash is going to be the game. And that's GG. Cruzz takes the series. Well played, Cruzz.